Hello, everybody. Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Shane, and that's Karen. We're talking about taking flattering photos of yourself, part 2, and it looks like she's practicing. So what's going on, Karen? What are you doing?
Shane,
what's wrong?
This is so hard. You know, I don't look good in my photos. I look really bad in my selfies.
I know the problem here. You're holding the camera too low, so it's kind of giving you kind of a double chin, and
I know.
You look angry. Is that because you're having difficulty taking a good picture?
I don't know. I just look a little bit mean. How do I fix that?
Right, so hold the camera above your eye level, right? Yeah, right. Maybe there you go.
Okay.
Look, be happy. You know, like I'm here. Hey, buddy, look happy. Woo, look happy, and there you go. Okay, let me see.
How about this? Oh my gosh!
100% better, right?
That is such a flattering photo of myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
No problem.
You have to teach more tricks. Oh, I have to know.
Okay, well, maybe I will charge you a little bit of money to take my class after we're done filming.
So like this, and then smile.
Yeah, how about one together?
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
There you go. All right, let's get into today's lesson.
This is so fun.
Annie is giving Richard some advice.
Did someone take this photo of you, or is it a selfie?
I took it with the camera on my cell phone. Why do you ask?
I ask because it's not a very flattering picture of you.
We're looking at part 2 of taking flattering photos of yourself today, right?
Right, so in part 1 we learned some tricks about how to take more flattering pictures by using the rule of thirds, how to position yourself when you're taking a photo. So today we have a dialogue, right?
Between Annie and Richard.
Okay.
And Annie is giving Richard some advice. What does it mean by advice?
So advice is an idea or opinion that's given to someone to help them make a choice or help them make a decision.
Okay, so
give me some help.
Are you the type of person that people come to for advice?
No.
When they have problems, they say, Shane, give me some advice.
Yes, sometimes. I don't have a lot of people really coming to me often to give advice. I don't know, is that because I give bad advice? I don't know. How about you? Do people come to you looking for advice?
Sometimes, but not all the time. I try to give my best advice, though.
Yeah, of course. I don't think you want to give bad advice on purpose.
That's right. And advice, actually, it's spelled with the C, A-D-V-I-C-E. That's used as a noun. Right. But you can also use this word as a verb.
I want to advise you.
That's right, but that would be spelled A-D-V-I-S-E.
Yes, you can remember Shane S.
That's right. And that's using it as a verb. So I would advise you. But this one is giving advice, right?
So I advise you to start the dialogue.
All right. And I'll be Annie and you'll be Richard.
Annie?
So Annie starts off by saying, did someone take this photo of you, or is it a selfie? Okay, so she started by asking this question. Did someone take this photo, this picture of you? Yeah. Or did you take a selfie? So selfie is a noun. Taking a selfie, selfie basically just means that you took a picture of yourself. That's right.
Yeah, it's a cute word, selfie.
Exactly. And nowadays with smartphones everywhere, it's very easy to take selfies of yourself, right?
I think that if you look at someone's camera roll, most of the photos are probably going to be selfies, either of just themselves or with their friends.
Exactly. Right? Yours too?
Probably. So Richard says, I took it with the camera on my cell phone. Why do you ask?
Okay. So we know a camera on the cell phone.
Yeah.
So do people always have cameras on the cell phones?
I don't think these days there's any cell phone that doesn't have a camera. Right? I think every cell phone comes with a camera. And what is a camera? I think we all know. It's a device for taking photos. So yeah, our cell phones, our smartphones these days pretty much have everything, right?
That's right. But a long time ago, actually, people didn't really have, it wasn't common for people to have cameras on their phone,
or the
right?
cameras just were very low quality and they didn't take very flattering photos.
Yes, I had one of those, and then the pictures would turn out very, very blurry.
Yes, they didn't look good.
And terrible lighting. Okay, so Annie says, I ask because it's not a very flattering picture of you. Aw, Annie's actually not very
I feel
nice.
like Richard's going to say, huh? How dare you?
That's actually not a very nice thing to say to anyone, right?
She didn't really need to tell him it's not a very flattering picture. Maybe she should just give some advice on how to take another picture.
Exactly. So that would be the more polite way to do it, right?
Yeah, I can just imagine if my wife took a photo of herself and then I said, that's not a very flattering picture of you, she might throw the camera at me. Right?
Exactly. I think people will get angry or upset with you if you say that to them. But you could just give them some advice. You could just say, hey, maybe you could take your picture from this angle. Or maybe you could smile a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it's time for a break.
Yeah, let's
and
take a break.
We'll be back.
What's wrong with it?
Well, you gave yourself a double chin because you shot yourself from below.
Yeah, my face doesn't usually look that big.
Next time, keep the camera away from you and a little above eye level.
That's good advice. I'm going to try it now.
Welcome back, everybody. So before the break, I think that Richard might have had his feelings hurt.
Exactly. I think Annie said something that was a little bit rude or impolite.
The selfie wasn't very flattering.
I guess she wanted to be honest, but sometimes when you're being honest, you could hurt other people's feelings,
There
right?
isn't such a thing as being too honest.
Exactly.
Don't be too honest.
So Annie said that that's not a very flattering photo of you.
So Richard continues, what's wrong with it?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he was a little bit sad, right? But Annie did explain what she thought.
Okay.
Annie said, well, you gave yourself a double chin because you shot yourself from below. Okay, so you gave yourself a double chin. So we have this word here, double, and that is an adjective. Double basically just means two. Single is one, and double means two.
But how could you have two chins? You only have one chin.
Easy. Take a look at me right now. Do I look like I have a double chin?
Yeah,
One
like
and two.
Like almost 3 or 4.
Hey!
Just kidding. Just two. 1.5.
Exactly.
1.5 chins.
So double chin just kind of means like you have two chins,
Right.
and usually it doesn't look very, very good. But double, you can also go on a double date with your friends, right? If you go on a date with your boyfriend, you can also ask your friend and her boyfriend to go together, and that would be a double date.
Then you can go get some ice cream and get a double scoop of ice cream.
And that means 2 scoops of ice cream, right?
Yes. So we have another vocabulary word here, shoot. And shoot is a verb which just means to take a photograph.
That's
To
right.
shoot. We know shoot can mean other things like to shoot a gun.
Exactly.
Right? But here, it really just means take a picture, take a photograph.
That's right. It's like you gave yourself a double chin because you shot it from below. Below is an adverb because it's from under, from a place, a lower place, right?
Yes.
From somewhere below. And if you're taking a picture of yourself and the camera is below, a little bit under, so that will make you look a little bit fatter.
Yeah, I think it's just because of the angle is not very good.
Exactly.
So it's going to make you look bigger here and maybe smaller here.
So that's not a good way to take a picture of yourself.
Well, we're learning a lot.
So what does Richard say?
Richard says, yeah, my face doesn't usually look that big.
Yeah. Exactly. So, it depends on which angle you take pictures of yourself. It can make yourself look really, really different, right?
Right.
So Annie says, next time, keep the camera away from you and a little above eye level. So here's your eye and a little above your eye level, a little bit higher. That's what they mean.
Right. So yeah, eye level just means above the level of your eye. So it's the height where your eyes are right here. So the level is another way of saying how high it is, right?
That's right.
So Richard says, that's good advice. I'm going to try it now.
Okay.
So this is what we might call constructive criticism. So criticism means saying something negative, but constructive means to build. So if you're going to maybe teach something to somebody by criticizing them, then they can learn something, right?
So I guess it's good, right?
So if she didn't say anything, maybe he would never learn how to take a more flattering picture.
You are right, but we were talking about how to take a good picture of your face, right?
Yeah.
But how about your body? I think how you position your body is also very, very different.
For example?
For example, if you're standing standing directly at the camera like this and then taking a picture, sometimes it doesn't look that good. So if you turn your body a little bit to the side and then you take a picture of yourself, sometimes you would look a little skinnier too.
A little slimmer.
Okay. And pointing your toes or, extending your legs, to the front, sometimes will make your legs look longer and skinnier.
If you're doing different poses, it also makes the picture just look more interesting. If you're just standing there like this, it could look awfully boring.
Absolutely.
Oh, I learned a lot.
I learned a lot too. Well, but that's all the time we have for today. I hope we can learn more in part 3.
We will.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Annie is giving Richard some advice.
Did someone take this photo of you? Or is it a selfie?
I took it with the camera on my cell phone. Why do you ask?
I ask because it's not a very flattering picture of you.
What's wrong with it?
Well, you gave yourself a double chin because you shot yourself from below.
Yeah, my face doesn't usually look that big.
Next time, keep the camera away from you and a little above eye level.
That's good advice. I'm going to try it now.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 advice 名词建议。Maggie gave me some good advice. Maggie 给我一些很好的建议。下一个单字 camera 名词相机。I bought a new camera yesterday. 我昨天买了一台新的相机。下一个单字 double 形容词，双层的、成双的，或者是2倍的、双份的。I'd like a double espresso. 我想要一杯双份的浓缩咖啡。Espresso 就是浓缩咖啡。最后一个单字 shoot 动词拍摄，它的3态是 shoot, shot, shot. They shot the movie in Beijing. 他们在北京拍摄那部电影。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 What's wrong with something? 某事物有什么问题啊？ Wrong 在这里表示有问题的、不正常的。我们来看看这个对话。What's wrong with the computer? 这台电脑哪里有问题？ It won't start. 它开不了机。下一个文法 From below 从下而上，它的相对说法是 from above。那么 below above 分别指的是在下面和在上面。我们来看看这个例句。From above, the cars on the street look like ants. 从上面看下去，街上的汽车像蚂蚁。最后一个文法 next time 下一次。我们来看看这个例句 I'll do better next time 下次我会做得更好。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Sintung Sugar Factory Culture Park is a large art space in Dulan Village, Donghe Township, Taidong County. It was first a sugar factory built during the Japanese rule time. The factory was closed in 1991. After its closing, local artists turned the old buildings into art spaces. The culture park includes art showrooms, original handmade wooden fountain pen shops, handicraft shops, cafes, bars, and even a bed and breakfast. Sintung Sugar Factory Culture Park is a great place to see old buildings and new art.
See you next time!